Welcome to the Bentano Podcast, what we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today in a league that loves forcing the agenda down your throat. You would think they would be a little bit more willing to answer for that agenda. You'd think they'd be more willing to talk about pushing that agenda that they can't hide from. We all know the Dallas Wings drafted AZZI Fudd #1 overall to pair with her girlfriend, PAIGE BACKFIRES. Anybody who's not a shill would tell you that. So, naturally, a reporter who actually has some backbone, who actually has a spine, a mind of their own, not a sheep, what does that reporter ask? A completely valid question. Hey, AZZI Fudd, you and your girlfriend, what's going on over there? Have you talked to other players in the league who've been dating and are on the same team? How to navigate that? Completely fair and honest question. But the Dallas Wings, they're hiding from the question. Oh, no, we're not going to answer that question. Wait, you're not going to answer that question? But we all know why you drafted AZZI Fudd #1 overall, but you're not going to ask that question. We all know that you guys, the WNBA, UConn Huskies, PAIGE BACKFIRES herself, AZZI Fudd herself, we all know they like to post videos of them together, and the WNBA draft last year on the red carpet together and hugging after PAIGE BACKFIRES gets drafted, and the All-Star, we all saw it, we all have eyes, but you guys don't want to answer that question? Oh, so you just want to continue to push the message, but as soon as you get asked about that, now it's an issue. Now we're overstepping our boundaries. Salute to that reporter for actually asking the question, because we know nobody else in the WNBA media would have asked that. Nobody else, whether they worked, they're not asking that. They're tiptoeing around it. They're acting like they don't see what everybody else is seeing. Let's get right into it, shall we? Please like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. AZZI Fudd guest asked about a question regarding her relationship with PAIGE BACKFIRES, but the Dallas Wings media team says we can't comment on their personal. Let's listen to this.
PAIGE announced last year on TikTok that y'all were a couple, and I'm wondering if that is still the case, and if so, if y'all have talked to any other couples in the league about how they negotiate that dynamic as pro teammates.
I understand why you have to ask that question, but we're going to respectfully decline from commenting on our players' personal lives. Go to the next question.
Just in case you guys missed it, AZZI Fudd was never going to answer that question. The Dallas Wings PR team already prepped her. Hey, in case this gets asked, don't worry, we're going to jump in here. Hey, in case somebody sneaks through the cracks, in case we didn't vet everybody properly and only bring in our own shills to ask questions, don't worry. We're going to cover for you, so don't even worry about it. You're not going to need to. Look at this again, folks. She doesn't even begin to think in her mind. She doesn't even begin to kind of search for an answer. She doesn't start to contemplate what her response is going to be. She sits there, doesn't change any facial expression, just waiting for the PR team to jump in. Take a look in case you missed it.
And if so, if y'all have talked to any other couples in the league about how they negotiate that dynamic as pro teammates.
I understand why you have to ask that question, but we're going to...
Didn't even, she knew. I'm not answering this. Just waiting for the PR team to jump in any second now. You ready for this? Dallas Wings, you let her answer this question one time, and that's it. You let her answer that question, boom. Question answered, moving on. But now it's lingering. The fact that you didn't let her answer that question, now everybody continues to speculate. Everybody continues to wonder. The crowd that thinks that you drafted AZZI Fudd because she's only going out with PAIGE BACKFIRES, they seem right, which we are. Let her answer that question. Bite the bullet. Get over the hump. They're going to need to speak on it eventually. The WNBA can't go every second pushing this in front of our faces, and then when gets actually asked about it, oh, can't get asked about that. What I do wish would happen when Cathy Engelbert was giving her WNBA draft press conference, I wish this guy was there. I wish this guy was like, hey, Cathy, What do you think about players dating each other and still being on the same team? Do you have any thoughts about that? That's a question that Kathy Engelbert needs to hear, but she won't hear it. Maybe now, maybe, I mean, who knows? Maybe somebody will watch this and be like, oh, yeah, that is a question that we should ask her. Yeah, next time we get in front of Kathy, we're going to ask her that question. I would love to hear Kathy Engelbert stumble and fumble her way through answering a question like that. But again, now that this hasn't been reported, now that this hasn't allowed to been answered, this is a huge story. It's blowing up everywhere. LOL, that's all the WNBA really is. It's a reality show about the players' very messy personal lives. The WNBA shoves it in the public's face every chance they get. This is so stupid. WNBA is just one big lesbian soap opera. Can't cuddle her forever. A player dating a teammate is a huge sports story, especially when the players are top level. Fair question. DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas answered a lot of questions about their relationship last year and how it affected them on the court. So you draft her knowing this will be a topic, but don't want it to be talked about. It's so odd. Celebrities get asked about their personal lives all the time. Yup, absolutely. Des Bryant's right. Hey, that's part of the game. From the test of time, nothing has been off limits. The reporter had the right to ask that question. If they are dating, they are dating. What's the problem? Women wanting to be paid millions of dollars comes with it all. When hasn't the media been in an athlete's personal business? Great question, and Des Bryant knows that firsthand. No disrespect to that. He knows that firsthand, media getting in your business. Of course, you got simps like Chris Williamson. Leave their relationship alone, dog. Leave him alone. Oh, quiet down. Even Jamel Hill. Maybe they didn't see that Jamel Hill's commented first. I know they need to get their marching orders from Mother Jamel. They should have let her answer the question. If Jamel Hill is saying they should have let her answer the question, you know you messed up. If it's gotten to the point where I'm agreeing with Jamel Hill, oh, God. If it's gotten to that point, WNBA has to do better vetting this because this has pissed me clean up. No, the WNBA does need to vet this. These are questions that need to be answered. It's weird and gossipy as hell that people keep asking her about Paige, posting about her and Paige. Paige already got drafted. They're not conjoined twins. They're going out. They're in a relationship. You can ask about either of them in front of the other one of them, and it's on limits, in bounds, fair play, especially once you figure out one got drafted because of the other. Sheesh. Even activist Annie over here. I understand the efforts from Dallas Wings PR to mitigate potentially uneasy line of questions and storyline. However, by not allowing AZZI to answer the question, this only makes it a bigger story. Yeah. It's all about reading the room here. This is basketball, right? If they want to share or decide to, that is their business. This is very much takes away from the focus, which is that AZZI Photo was drafted #1 overall. Sarah Jane Gemelli. I know you're a UConn paid paid mouthpiece. She got drafted #1 because she's going out with Paige. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that the Dallas Wings free agency was, we're going to bring in Jessica Shepard because we're not going to draft Lauren Betts because we're going to bring in Paige's girlfriend. We're going to bring in Alana Smith because we're not going to draft Lauren Betts because we're going to bring in Paige's girlfriend. Everybody knows that. It's actually people like you. Just my opinion, that's a fair question given the uniqueness of the situation as well. And folks, these are all reporters. Dave Portnoy, totally fair question. Public figure, and this is unique and obviously newsworthy story. Wing should let her answer that question. I watched the media grill Aaron Rodgers about his mystery life, but now the drawing line about personal life, fuck out of here. Nasty work. Albert Breer, NFL insider. Not smart. Surely there are better questions. No, there's actually not. I couldn't think of one question better than the question that guy asked. I couldn't think of one question. That's the elephant in the room. If you're a reporter or you try to pass yourself off as a reporter, you try to pass yourself off as a journalist, and you ignore the elephant in the room because of feelings, because of vibes, because, oh my gosh, the crowd won't like me. Well, newsflash, you're not a reporter at that time. You're a shill. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.